Hey YouTube, Josh here again. Just gonna give you a tournament report of the Cleveland Regionals, the ARG Regionals. It was 2 weeks ago. I ended up going X, 2 loss, 1 draw. The draw, unfortunately, was round one, so I guess it was better than a round one loss. Um, but yeah, I at top 48, 27th place. Got my invite to nationals. Overall, I was happy. I wished that I'd gotten a chance to play round three for or game three for the round that I drew, because I'm almost positive that I could have gotten early damage and just held my own and gotten that win. But as I'll go over my rounds and my matches, wrote them all down here. Round one, I played Dino Rabbit, which was my draw. Round one, he won, and round one was just a total grind game. It was just back and forth to the point where I think both of us had our back row maxed, so we couldn't play anything. And we had both used up our vanillas to where neither of us could rabbit into anything. So there was a point where I think we had both had rabbit set, and I had a Valor set, and that's another change that I probably would have done to the extra deck. Probably find something to take out to put in a Cataster. I wish I'd had a Cataster, because there's quite a few times where I had a dead rabbit, or a dead vanilla with a Valor in hand, and with a fissure out or something, and I couldn't, use the Valor, and I wish that I could have just summoned the Valor and synchroed for Cataster. But so that's one change I'll probably make to the extra deck. So yeah, round one was a grind game, which he ended up taking. Um, he was able to draw a Sabersaurus, and I couldn't get over it. Uh, in round two, I got I got the win. He didn't even take any of my life points. He ended up siding in the TG stun, which I thought was just really weird. I was like, why would Macro Rabbit side into that? I mean, it did catch me off guard, but it's like, you know, whatever people are going to side for um, Rabbit, it's like, I don't know, why would you. I don't know, it didn't make sense to me. So I ended up taking game two pretty easily, but by that time we were side decking for game three when they called time, and since neither of us had drew our hand yet, they had to give us a draw. Uh, then round two was against windups. I 2-0'd the windups. Um, game one, uh, the only damage to me was paying a solemn warning, and I was just able to take control. Then game two, it was a little back and forth, but I was able to get game two. Game two was easily because of deck Devi. I was able to deck Devi and got rid of his entire hand, um, because I opened the Vorce Raider deck Devi and a Mind Crush. And so I was able to get rid of his entire hand, leaving him a Dark Hole and a Book of Moon. So I Mind Crushed the Dark Hole, and he wasn't able to recover from that. Round three was against windups. Game one, he won the dice roll and opened Magician Shark. Had the whole Shockmaster, Papal Operative, Carrier, and he made the smart choice of calling, um, you know, the spells, so I wasn't able to do anything. So I just scooped, so he didn't know what I was playing. Um, Game two, I got the win again. I think that was because of the deck Devi. Um, I was just able to roll with that. And game three, or no, round 3 I lost. Sorry, he got the win from that round, or game 1, game 2 I got, and then game 3 he got. I had him down to $2,000, and he was able to come back and get it. Round 4 was against windups again, so I think that was 3 windups in a row that I played, and I was able to get a 2-1 win on him. Game 1 again was a deck heavy that just lost his entire hand. Game 2 he got, and then game 3 I was able to get fairly easily also. So yeah, my deck, the Fire Fists do have a really good matchup against windups as long as they don't, go first and open windup Shark or something. Shark Magician, I mean. Round 5 was Dino Rabbit, so at this point I'd played 3 windups and 2 Dino Rabbits. I lost to the Dino Rabbit player just because of, getting out the Logia set 4 and Dolka. There's not much you can get over that, and there's not much to be said about that. He just had the greater hands and was able to get the locks on the field better. Round 6 I played the Girga Karakuris, and game 1 he got. I wasn't expecting it. He set his monster and set back row. I activate the Tenki and search out the bear, summon the bear, and he Veilers it. So then, it goes back to him, and he flips up armor. And I had nothing to stop it, and he just continued to. He opened with a Birdman too, so I played the deck. I know how it goes, so he got that. And then game 2 and game 3 I got pretty easily. Again, game 2 I definitely got him because of the deck heavy. He lost the Karakuri Synchro, a Birdman, and like 2 accelerators in his hand due to it. And I was able to get game 2. Game 3 I just took control and got also didn't let his armors flip and whatnot. So got round 6 2-1 win. Round 7 I played Heroes. 2-1 the Heroes. I won game 1, only paid Solemn Warning on that. Game 2 he got, just was able to control with the Super Polys and the Gemini Sparks. And game 3 was, again, a fairly easy win for me for there. And then round 8, I'm not sure how this deck and this player got at the top tables with this, but he was playing some kind of Exceed draw power deck using the star drawings and like Call of the Haunteds, but it was a very easy 2-0 win against him. He just, I guess, wasn't drawing what he needed and wasn't able to get anything off, so that was a fairly easy win. I think I got that 2-0 win in like 10 minutes. And then round 9 was another Dino Rabbit, and I felt kind of bad against this guy. They had to do deck checks and stuff, so we were there for a while before we could start the last round, and so we were talking, and he was like, yeah, I've only played against one Fire Fist and I lost to it, and I hope I don't see any more. And I was telling him, I was like, yeah, I've played pretty much just windups and Dino Rabbits, and I hope I don't see any more Dino Rabbits. So we both ended up playing against decks that we didn't want to play against. But game 1, I believe I went first and set like Tenki and Heavy Storm or something, and he goes sets 3 back row, or no, I had set a Solemn Warning and Heavy Storm. He sets 3 back row, summons card, and so I'm looking at him. He's got 2 cards, he's got only 3 cards left in hand, and so I'm like, this might be risky. So I ended up warning the card to leave him, because I knew I had the Heavy Storm, So I was like, if I leave him with only 3 cards in hand and I heavy storm and it doesn't get roaded, I'm going to be in a really good spot. So I warning the card, and he kind of looked at me weird, like, why would you negate that? So I go next. I flip up the heavy storm. Pissed. I got rid of a warning, like a torrential and a dimensional prison, and so I was able to just attack directly with bear and just go from there, gaining the advantage. So in game 2, he goes first, and we cut each other's deck. I draw my opening hand, and I just kind of, and he went first and sets, and I sided just kind of. I think I sided like, a D prison in, a rivalry in, and a D fissure in, and a night beam. Since he set so much, I really didn't know what he was playing. I'm thinking he's playing some kind of, I don't know, like anti-meta or something, because all I saw was the 3 traps in the card, and so I wasn't sure how to side against it. So I just kind of threw a little mix of everything in, which made him confused too, because he knew that I knew that I didn't know what he was playing, or he figured I didn't know what he was playing at that point, and because I mean, I've never seen someone run card and Dino Rabbit before, but hey, so yeah, I get my opening hand and I've got heavy again. I'm like, this guy's gonna be pissed, but like, what can I do? So he goes first, sets 3, and passes. And so I draw. I'm like, I gotta risk it again, drop the heavy storm, and once again he set 3 with no road or anything, and all he could say was, he was hoping that by setting 3 again that I wouldn't risk it and would bluff the Starlight Road, but so I easily won those 2 games because of heavy storm, and I know it's kind of sacky, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh. So yeah, those were my matchups, and that was how my day went. Uh, like I said, I got my invite. Changes to the deck. Like I said, I might drop the rabbits and go, or I might just run like the double rabbit and the triple gene warped. I'm definitely probably gonna get rid of the Vorus Raiders. Might get rid of the Ninkin dogs. I'd probably bump up Tinkin to 3. Get rid of the deck Devi, the dimensional prisons. What else might I change? The side deck would probably change a little bit. Thankfully, I didn't face any Mermail players, or I'd probably be talking a different story. I have a feeling I probably would have lost to them just because I didn't have enough to face against them. I'd probably run a Cataster. So that's about it. Guys, leave comments, suggestions. Remember to thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Bye.